Hi, it's Stacy here with Limelight AZ. It is a little after 3 a.m. What day is today? So I did stinging last night, which was Sunday, so that means it's 3 a.m. Monday morning. I'm so tired. And the last 2 nights, my legs have been jerking me awake. Mostly my legs. A couple of times where my hands have done it, or my arms, but it's mostly my legs. Um, it feels like there's a bit of an electrical current, like the muscles are trying to quiver a little bit, and then it finally goes, and it like causes my foot to jerk, which wakes me up. It's happened repeatedly. I cannot even begin to tell you how many times just tonight, much less the last 2 nights. Last night was kind of funny, but my hand even slapped myself in the face. Not very hard, just enough that it woke me up. I'm gonna eat grapes because I want something on my stomach, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning. So, um, my husband's a night owl, so he's not in bed, and this is not waking him up. Um, Lyme does the oddest things to your body. I'm not really a fan of these nerve checks, but I'm hoping that it's improving my body somehow. Because with the slight improvement in my arms that I mentioned in yesterday's video, I'm really hoping that this somehow plays into that and is prepping my body, kind of like you would see with Braxton Hicks contractions with a pregnant woman. So I'm not getting too aggravated with these nerve checks is the best way that I can explain it. I'm hoping that it's my body trying to establish muscles enough for me to start getting going again. The other strange thing is I had mentioned like the snapping in my elbows that was different than the hard snap that I had been experiencing. This is more of a glide snap. Well, I'm now having the same thing around the area of my ankles, but further up. It's like it goes from my ankles and probably somewhere between 3 to 6 inches up. So it must be some sort of tendon that wasn't really getting used. I know, at least on the left side, that when my ankle is somewhat turned, like how little kids stand on the sides of their feet, sort of like that, with that positioning, that it snaps, and it doesn't generally hurt too much, and it feels a lot better. So something's going on with that tendon, which I'm guessing is a loosening of the tendon, which is good. I hadn't really realized that those tendons were tightened because I don't stand on my feet anymore. Um, so I'm hoping that this is a loosening of the tendon and it's just trying to figure out its what do you call it? Man, 3 a.m. with Lime Brain, not good combo. It's just trying to figure out its role in my body, I think is what I was trying to say. Um, so did 10 stings last night, the second batch of doing 10 stings. Now at 154 stings. This isn't an update video, but now it seems that I am having a little bit easier time moving my legs, I think. I am really, really hesitant to jump all over that because my arms had been feeling better, but my legs had still been feeling like they were just over over heavy. And I know with full moon right now, a couple other people were complaining that their legs felt very heavy too. Mine have been so heavy that they are nearly impossible to move right now. Um, but they seem to be a bit easier to move even with me not having much sleep. Generally, I notice that they get much heavier as the day goes on, and then once I rest them for a while, then they are stronger again the next day. But obviously, that's not really happening very well tonight because of the nerve checks. So some things are happening. That's pretty clear. So hopefully in the coming weeks, that means it'll progress quick enough that I can get off this bed. That would be such an enormous blessing. Speaking of blessings, so I mentioned in yesterday's video that we had a significant blessing with money being miraculously deposited, enough money being miraculously deposited into one of the accounts in our household that that it paid for rent, which is over $1,000. I'm telling you, I am just so, not only am I thankful, but I am just so mind boggled. We had 2 checks show up in the mail today. Now keep in mind, these are not this money coming in since last month. We had, so about this time last month, we had $400 come in that did come from an individual and was an enormous blessing to our family. And then I think it was another hundred and something dollars from a good friend not long after that. So, but the rest of the money that has been coming in has not been from donations and has not been from friends. It's like these random deposits that are just, I mean, there's just no way else to look at it than to go, this is definitely a God deal. And so the same thing happened today. We got 2 more checks that was one for 100 and one for around 40. Apparently, because my mom overpaid for medications. But I mean, we just keep having this money come in that we're like, what? Like, we're thankful, but we are so confused. There was another day that my son-in-law, I don't like to mention companies, but he works for a moving truck company. So like what you would go and get for your home, to move your home and on your own. And he works for this company, and a client had left behind scratcher gambling tickets. Well, one of them ended up being $50. And it's like just these random like trickling in mostly of money, except for that big deposit. It's like this trickling in of money that just keeps happening, and we are all just kind of like, well, I guess if we need money, God finds the most interesting ways to get it to us, and we can definitely still use the money. We still have some bills that need to be paid, and so it's very interesting to see this trickling in of money that we're just like, we absolutely see zero way of paying for these things, and he just keeps providing, and it's just so fascinating. And I just, when I'm doing these prayers, it talks about blessing God by sharing with people what a blessing God has been doing in our family. So that's, I can't ignore telling people about it, because if I do, then I don't feel like I'm holding up to my end of the bargain, which I claim every day that I'll tell people, so it's just, but it's mind-boggling awesome. So, it's been kind of fun watching these various ways of God getting us money that we're just like, alrighty then. And it's kind of like confusing and exciting. That's what it is. It's confusing and exciting. So, at any rate, that is the end of my video for now. I might do some music videos today since I'm up. I haven't decided yet. Oh, look, I was one-eyed for the whole video. I think I'm a little on the slap happy side. You have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever time it is that you end up watching this. Bye.